everybody, welcome back. I'm excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah, this is a really interesting one.
We're going to be looking at
Sovereign wealth funds.
yes, sovereign wealth funds. You know those big piles of money, huge piles of money that governments all around the world use to invest and kind of make strategic moves in the global financial system.
Exactly. They're kind of like, the big players
Yeah.
on the world stage when it comes to finance.
And the U.S. has never had one.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Like, we are supposedly the leader of the free world.
Biggest economy.
Biggest economy, and we've never had one of these.
We've been sitting on the sidelines this whole time.
Yeah. But we are about to get one.
It's happening.
There's a new executive order and everything.
Yep. Signed, sealed, and ready to go.
But before we get into that, I kind of want to set the stage a little bit
Sure.
and, kind of give everybody a little bit of background.
Yeah. So, I mean, these things, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, like when did these first pop up?
I think it was back in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it started with countries that had, like, a lot of oil.
Oh, okay. So like
Either.
commodity-based economy.
Exactly. Like all that extra money they were making, they needed to put it somewhere.
Right, yeah.
And so they started these sovereign wealth funds as a way to invest it and make it grow.
And then it kind of ballooned from there
Totally.
into like a much bigger thing.
Way bigger. Now it's not just about managing extra cash. It's
Yeah.
about, long-term economic growth,
Yeah.
strategic investment.
Making your mark.
Exactly.
So the U.S. is a little late to the party, but it's interesting
Yeah.
because even Trump,
Yeah.
back in 2024,
Uh-huh.
he was trying to get this going.
Yeah, remember the whole patriotic prosperity fund thing?
Yeah, I remember that.
Very Trump.
Very Trump. But it seems like the new administration is taking a little bit of a different tack.
For sure. It's a little more, global in focus.
Right.
Less about just America first and more about, being part of the global financial system.
Right.
And kind of securing our place in it long term.
So let's talk about some of the big players.
Okay.
The countries that have been doing this for a while.
Right. So like Norway,
Norway, yeah.
their sovereign wealth fund is massive.
How big are we talking?
Like $1.8 trillion.
What?
It's insane.
That is insane.
They own like a piece of everything.
I know I read that they own a big chunk of like Regent Street in London.
Yeah, prime real estate.
Like they just went on a global shopping spree.
Pretty much.
But they're not the only ones, right?
No. You've got China, Abu Dhabi,
Right.
all these countries with these huge funds that are just, making waves in the markets.
I mean, obviously, like with great power comes great responsibility.
Totally.
There's a lot of scrutiny on these funds.
Oh, yeah.
People are watching them like hawks to see what they're investing in.
Right, because it's not just about making money. It's also about, ethical considerations, sustainability, all that stuff.
So now let's bring it back to the U.S.
Okay.
and the fact that we're about to get our own sovereign wealth fund.
Right.
The really interesting thing here is that
Yeah.
they just appointed this guy, Howard Lutnick, to be like one of the people overseeing it.
He's a big name on Wall Street
Huge.
and a big Bitcoin guy.
Yeah. And so everybody's kind of buzzing about this because, like, is this a sign?
Is the U.S. going to get into Bitcoin?
Yeah. I mean, Lutnick's been pretty vocal about this.
Oh, yeah.
He's basically said that, like, Bitcoin is,
The future.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think there's even a quote.
Yeah, he said something like,
Bitcoin is rare.
and it will become ever more rare and ever more valuable.
Bitcoin will be financeable, just like gold and oil.
There you go.
So, like, he's really bullish on it.
And his company, Cantor Fitzgerald, they're actually building a Bitcoin financing model.
Really?
Yeah, like they're treating it like a traditional commodity, which is pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is.
And you've got people like Senator Cynthia Loomis.
Yeah, she's been tweeting about this like crazy.
Right. She's like super excited about the potential.
She sees the big picture.
She does.
This could be a huge win for Bitcoin.
Yeah. And for the U.S. too.
Right. Like if we get in on this early,
Become a leader.
we could shape how this whole thing plays out.
So for everybody listening out there, this is a big deal.
Yeah, pay attention to this.
The U.S. getting into the sovereign wealth fund game, potentially with Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
This is something that could really shake things up.
It's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
And we've got a little bit of time to wait.
Yeah, they have like 90 days to come up with a detailed proposal.
So that's 90 days of
Speculation.
wild speculation.
Exactly.
And we'll be here to break it all down for you.
Every step of the way.
But until then, here's something to think about.
Okay.
What if this U.S. sovereign wealth fund
Yeah.
embracing Bitcoin kind of going against the grain of traditional finance.
Right.
What if this becomes the model that other countries follow?
That's a really good question.
Right. Like, what if this is the start of something really big?
It could be a whole new era for global finance.
Let's think about that
And we'll see you next time
for another deep dive.
into the world of finance.
Bye, everyone.
See ya!